Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reselling Rhythms. In today's live stream video, I'm going to discuss with my guest his reselling business with an emphasis on his sourcing at estate sales. He'll share his tips and strategies to help make us more successful and profitable resellers. Every Wednesday, I have a live stream. I usually interview another reseller and have them share their tips, tricks, and techniques to make us more knowledgeable and profitable. If you're interested in reselling, then you're in the right place. Just going to pop in the chat, say hello to a few people, and then we shall get started very quickly. Let me just pop in the chat, say hello to a few people. Let's see who's in the chat. We have Miss Sharon, my moderator, Randy, my moderator. When we have Michelle, all three moderators, excellent. We have Lisa. Thanks for being here, Lisa. Appreciate it. So, as you guys know, if you saw the title, that I have Mike Flippin Goodies on. Going to bring Mike on. I'm going to have him introduce himself to those of you that don't know him. Mike has a YouTube channel as well. Does a lot of really great content. So his description, I should say, his link to his videos are in my description section of my video. So let me bring Mike on, and we shall get started. Hello, sir.
Adam, thank you for having me on again. Appreciate it.
When we get into a little bit, why don't you give us, I call it your little elevator speech. Why don't you tell us people, who you are, what you do, and how you got in reselling, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess mostly for me, when I started, why I started, I was very sick at the time, so I was home on disability for a while, and I sold on eBay for many years, not a lot, just occasionally here, there, and whatever. And then I was walking around the house. I said, wow. I got quite a few things I can get rid of. So I started selling some stuff out of the house. And next thing you know, fast forward 2 years, I have a storage locker. My business is, fully insured, LLC, pay state tax, all the good stuff. And things have gone really well with the business. I'm actually surprised where I'm at. And as you know, 6 months ago, we lost our daughter. So
yes,
business kind of fell back a little bit, and then life does go on, and now I'm trying to ramp it back up to where it was last year.
Yeah, you have to reboot. I mean, obviously you have to take time to grieve and et cetera. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So, so getting through all that, the business is just now starting to get back to where I had it going.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully this year I'm going to meet the goals I set early in the year as far as total sales for the year and stuff like that. And, things have really gone well. So I'm very happy with the way the business is at. I am part-time, but I do put a lot of hours in. So saying part-time is just a word, really.
Right. And you're in Florida. And how long have you been in Florida? I forget how long you guys been down in Florida.
18 years now.
18 years now. Okay.
Yeah. Moved from Long Island.
Where were we from originally?
Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah.
Hey, you lost that accent. I don't pick up.
No.
I don't pick up that New Yorker accent.
But don't forget, I'm fighting swimmers here, so my voice is gonna be a little.
Okay.
But I haven't been in a pool, so go figure. But anyway.
Right. Okay. So, and again, we're going to concentrate, guys. Mike's on. Why don't you tell people a little bit about? I know you're on quite a few platforms, and towards the end of the show, guys, Mike's on a new platform. He's really enjoying. It's helping his business quite a bit. We're going to touch on it. Mike's going to be doing a video. It's called Sellbrite. So for you people that do a decent amount of volume that you definitely want to be interested in, just Mike's going to tease a little bit at the end of the video, and he's going to do a show about that, more in detail and depth on his channel. So, how many different platforms are you currently
on? Off the top of my head, okay, I'll just run through.
Well, yeah, you ran them off.
I'll run through them. Okay, so eBay, obviously, right? I'm on Amazon. I'm on Amazon.ca. I'm on Walmart. I'm on Facebook Marketplace. I have a Facebook shop. I have an Instagram, Mercari, Etsy, Google Shopping, and I don't know how many was that.
I lost track, but I know you said you wanted to be around 10. You told me before.
Yeah. I look at it this way: if I have an item. Because I deal with a lot of vintage stuff. I do a lot of stereos and stuff that's hard to find, but they sell for great money. So when I find something like that, I need the perfect person to come along to buy it. Okay, so it may sit for a month, 2 months, because if I pick up something for $300 and try and turn it over for $2,500, $3,000, it's tough, I mean, it's a
Sure.
tough way to do it. So when I have something like that, I want to blast it out as much as I can. So the
Right.
further reach I have, the better off I am. So I also have my own website that I sell on. And actually, we were talking about it before the show. I've actually made sales on that website already, directly
You've only
on.
been up for less than 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's something that as my business has grown and I've tried to expand it the best I can, that having this entity now, flippingoodies.com, and we'll discuss more about it later, but
Yes.
that whole thing now ties in not all of it, but most of my important world to me. Okay. So if you were to say to me, Mike, what accounts are you going to protect? I'm going to protect my eBay, my Amazon, and my Walmart. Okay. Those are the three majors for me. I keep an eye on those. I try and do the best I can. I had a little glitch where I had to shut down my eBay store a couple of weeks ago and rebuild it. But it was something that was kind of my mistake, but it happens. And, I've recovered from that little fiasco, and now we're back off and running. And
That was another software or website that you used, and Mike has a video on that if you guys are interested in watching that video as well.
Yeah. And I got blamed for clickbaiting and all kinds of stuff, but I don't see how that's possible when
No, it's not.
Title.
No, it's just haters going to hate Mike.
So yeah, I mean, look, I don't edit my videos. It's what happens is what you see. I don't try and fluff anything, and if I don't know the answer, I'm going to say I don't know what to do here.
Right.
And that's the best I can do. I look at it this way: a lot of people are a lot of smoke and mirrors out there. The truth is somewhere in there, but not all the way. And you got to kind of fight through all that,
right?
And figure out what ones are telling you the honest truth, and then what ones are trying to fluff their channel. So,
right.
But that's just me.
Your opinion for what it's worth, right?
My opinion for what it's worth. Yep. All 2 years of experience.
There you go. We talked about your selling platforms. And again, we're going to talk about where Mike sources, and we're going to emphasize the estate sales. But I'm assuming you do the traditional. You're in Florida, so you have a lot more garage sales and yard sales because of the weather, more year round. I'm assuming. Yeah,
we're year round.
And it's Florida's God's waiting room, so you probably find more collectible type things down there.
Yeah, I mean it's everybody brings their stuff down here, and it gives me the opportunity not only when I go to the estate sales, but even at my real job, I have opportunities to find things while I'm working. So that also helps my business because I can kind of take time away from my real job to do this. So it all.
So you have a little time flexibility on your regular job.
Yeah, I can play with time if I have to get something done. Like a Facebook Marketplace pickup, or whether I see something that I'm interested in, see if I can buy it from them directly. It's a game that I love playing. I love negotiating. One of my favorite things to do is there's two things in the world I love to do: buy houses and buy cars, because I love the negotiation.
God, I could have used you last week. God Almighty!
I love the negotiation part of it.
Oh,
so now getting back to
8.5 hour day buying a car.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
And it was a used car.
Yeah, but now
they tried to sell me one that was in an accident for about 3 hours. So I didn't tell me till the very end when I asked for the Carfax it was in an accident.
Yeah.
So I was not a happy camper.
A lot of times I don't want to haggle anymore, so that's a little boring. But so let's you want to jump into the estate sales now, or
I just want to touch on a couple quick things we talked about. Now, as far as sourcing, do you find, again, I know you combine everything. Another thing that you do, which you did mention Facebook Marketplace a little bit, you source on Facebook Marketplace as well.
Yes. I put out a video maybe over a year ago, I guess it's been now.
Right.
Where, and at the time, shipping on Facebook Marketplace wasn't a thing, but I was having stuff shipped to me, dealing with the person
directly would say, can you ship this to me?
Right. Can you ship it to me? Actually, in my video, I got a good hit on it where I bought a VCR DVD combo. I think I paid $70 for it. It sold for $300 and something in like 2 days. So sourcing is a game of give and take to me.
Right.
I see a lot of people go up and almost insult the person. Like, this isn't worth $10. Or if somebody has a $10, here's the thing for me, and this is the way I look at it when I'm trying to negotiate a price. I know what I need to get it for because I want to in turn sell it again, right? But a person at a garage sale, I'm not going to get mad at them because they have a, I don't know, like this here, right? I just got this at the estate sale this weekend, right?
Right.
So if they have a $25 price tag on this, that's fine. I just can't buy it. That's all.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to argue with them saying it's not worth $25 because it is. But I see people do that all the time. It's like, well, that's not worth that. But for me, it's a give and take, especially with estate sale people. If I'm going to consistently go to your estate sale, I don't want to insult you the first 2 times I'm there. That kind of hurts my track record with you. So you'll see in my videos, sometimes you'll say, Mike, you're way overpaying. I'll pay for something the first time just to make that little icebreaker. You know,
Right.
it's like, America, we got the cash flowing now, right? They pay up on the first buy. Because the last thing you want to do is turn around and insult somebody that's trying to help you out or is part of your business, actually, if you think about it. They're an extension of our business. We have to deal with them like you would want to be dealt with. You know, when you're selling, I hear eBay sellers all the time. Oh, I got a low ball offer, you know. Well, that's part of the business, you know. It's just the way it rolls. There's just no way around it.
Yeah, we're going to get that a little bit later, how you kind of build a relationship with the estate sale people, and, you know, you get to learn which ones to deal with, which ones not to deal with. Right. You kind of feel them out as far as their pricing strategies. You and I have discussed this pre-show, so we're going to get into that a little bit later in the show. So, okay, so we talked about your platform. We talked about where you source. I'm just going to touch one thing, then we're going to hop right into the estate sales. Just a little background on how you run your business with sales, best offers to watchers, just a quick synopsis of how you run your business.
For me, now this is just for me, all right? I have storage restrictions, meaning I only have so much place to store things, okay? I buy a lot of big things. I buy a lot of golf clubs, golf bags. These things take up a lot of room.
Space. Yep.
So I need to constantly be moving my inventory, okay? Now, I run on eBay. We'll just stay with eBay because every platform is going to be different, but I'll just be discussing eBay. eBay, all my listings are 3% promoted, okay? And I will take offers on almost anything that I feel is worth it to me. Meaning if I have, let's say, for example, I'll just go back to this. I think I have these 2 things listed right now for like $60, I think. I pay next to nothing for this, really, okay? Because this came at a estate sale from this weekend. If you saw my video, I spent $850 in that estate sale. I've already made all that money back.
You made your money back plus some.
Yeah, it's like 3 days later, right? Plus,
by the way, guys, if you watch the video, Mike did sell one of their saxophones.
Yes, I did sell one of my saxophones already. And I learned my lesson because I sold it for $150 plus.
Sold that one probably a little bit low, but live and learn.
It went overseas. I knew nothing about it. I couldn't find any information on it whatsoever. And my concern was I don't do calculated shipping. I do flat rate on everything. So I have to always assume I'm selling to California. So my rate has to cover me going to California from Florida, so it's going to be high.
That's what I do. I'm in New Jersey, so I use Beverly Hills zip code 90210 just from the TV show. It's in my mind, so I always put in 90210 in my zip code, and so I figure out my shipping.
Right. So if I don't plan on sending it to California, because I'll be quite honest with you, the majority of my sales go to California or overseas.
A lot of mine go to Texas and California.
Yeah. So I sell a lot of overseas stuff. I think
you sell collectible things, so that's why you sell.
Well, you gotta remember, I also sell to Canada because I'm selling on Amazon.ca. So all of my orders that come from there are going to Canada. Right. So it's all going pirate ship. I don't sell anything on Amazon. CA.
You fulfill to Canada on your own?
Yes. Over
by merchant. Wow. Okay. And you use pirate ship. The export rate, simple export rate.
Yeah, simple export rate. So everything I have on my Canada side of Amazon is 4 pounds or less.
Okay.
And, you know, of course, shipping's on top of whatever they're buying. So I am in Lecanto, Florida, which is about 25 minutes south of Ocala or an hour and a half from Tampa. which would be north of Tampa.
North of Tampa, an hour and a half north of Tampa, right?
So where I live, I'm in a honey hole. I got the Villages right here, or I can go down south to Tampa. I don't like to travel that far, and then I'm running into estate sale people I don't know. So that worries me. The times I've gone, the prices have been sky high, and I can't touch anything.
Yes, in certain areas, for some reason, the particular estate sale people are running higher prices, and there's no meat in the bone. I mean, let alone to even buy things, let alone resell them.
Like, I'll go to my son's house on a weekend and go to a couple estate sales, but 9 times out of 10, I walk out with nothing because it's just not something I can't negotiate with them. They don't.
Like
know.
you said, you can't insult them. You can't say, hey, you're about 50% higher than everybody else that sells this stuff.
Yeah, and oh yeah, so. Okay, so I'm in Citrus Hills also, so he knows exactly where I'm at. So it's a give and take for me on everything. So any item on eBay, I do accept best offers a lot, as long as it's reasonable to me.
Right.
Because that's what you got to look at. Is it reasonable to you? All right. Now you don't want to go in and I don't have anything to show an example of.
You want to show that the pottery thing to Sharon? See if she.
I'll do that in a minute. But let's just take this blue thing, right? If this is selling and everybody's selling this for $49.99, I don't want to go in there and list this for $29.99 because I want to sell it quick. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be competitive to the point of being respectful to the other sellers.
Right.
Me selling this at $29 when everybody's selling it for $49 hurts later on comps. Now, am I ever going to find this again? Probably not. But
that's the other thing too, that they'll race to the bottom on Amazon. I mean, don't be foolish.
That's great.
And if you lowball, then I don't lowball, but other people that have to turn the stuff over quickly, they have to lowball, and then everybody loses. It's a lose-lose instead of a win-win.
And I also look at time in my locker. If you've been in my locker 6 months, you need to get out of my locker. So anything that's if you hit me with an offer on something that's been in my locker for a long time, it's probably going to sell. Okay, I'll be quite honest about that. That's probably going to sell out. And then
some people in the chat tell me if you just touch something, it puts like magical powers in, it's going to sell.
Yeah.
So you might want to try that. I don't know. That's what I heard. If you touch something that hasn't been selling, it'll sell. So
I've had good luck with the reverse where it isn't selling. I raise the price, and all of a sudden it sells.
Well, that's the thing too. You say sometimes you raise the price and it helps us sell.
And it sells. So it's crazy. I mean, it's no rhyme or reason, anything. Like I said, a lot of times we're looking for that perfect person to come along to buy that.
True.
So whether it's $149 for me or $179, it's not going to make a difference to them because they want it. That's
right. That's collectible, right? And there's only a certain amount of those out in the marketplace.
It was like the saxophone I sold. Okay, she originally put an offer in overnight, which obviously I wasn't aware of until the morning.
Right. Just that we're there 7-8 hours, whatever ahead of us. Yeah.
Right. In that meantime, she decided that maybe I better just buy it outright because somebody might step in and grab this from me. So she came back in at full price and bought it.
Right.
So I think her first offer was $130. So I probably would have took it because it cleaned me out of the clarinet mess that I got in.
Okay. The clarinet mess.
I mean, here, look, this is one of them. Okay. Now, these were listed on the estate sale for $100 each. Okay. And these are old. Okay. I have one in here that's like from the early 1900s.
Wow. I
know absolutely nothing about this stuff. Okay. Zero. There's not a button on here I could tell you what it does or his name. Okay. So for me, and I discussed this with you, this is a risk to a newer seller. You know what I'm saying? Because you got
a newer seller shouldn't take that gamble. Absolutely.
And you're sitting on something that you do not know.
That's a pretty big gamble. Not for you because the volume you do and the money that you have, and it's it's not your main source of income. But a newer seller, you got to get that and turn it over and put that money into buying something else. Absolutely.
Right. So on this buy here, I was contemplating it for 2 days, right? And I'm in there picking up my stuff the second day, and I turned to her, I said, "Well, tell me what Mike's price is to carry this out the door." these three pieces of
Well,
instruments.
we're going to get into that a little bit too, how you build relationships and when you decide, but you obviously have a relationship with this particular seller.
Right. So she's at $100 a piece. So she hits me at $150 for all three. And I turned to her and I said, look, I can't do it. I don't know it. I'm taking a total guess at this. I said, what I will do is I'll do 100 for all three. And she said, take them. So here they are. I already sold one for $149.
So you paid a third of what she was asking for. She was asking for 300, exactly. You paid 100.
Yeah, because I got this. But again,
you got the mic price.
Right. Now this one here is listed for $299.
Remember, guys, networking.
It's got people's names on it, but I have no clue. Let's see if we could see it. Like I have no clue who these people are.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I don't know either.
I put this up for $299. Okay. Let me grab the other one because the other one's even more interesting. I actually did some research. This is the other one. Okay. Now I don't.
What is that? That's not a clarinet and that's not a saxophone. What is that?
I don't know what to call it.
Okay, it's neither. I know that. it's something different.
This guy has so many patents.
Any musical people in the audience?
See that guy's name? His name is E.A. Courtier.
Right.
He's from LaPorte, Indiana. Okay. The research I did on this guy is he has like, I forget how many. He had a ton of patents on this type of stuff. Okay, I don't know what it was on exactly.
Oboe, maybe. Okay, Jules says maybe an oboe. Okay.
So this one, okay, because I was able to find some research, is now listed for $749.
Nice.
Will I ever get $749? Probably not.
Well, if you get $500-600, that'd be nice too.
For it, it's sold. You know, so again, I don't mind sitting on that stuff for a little while.
True.
And I'll just gradually lower the price when necessary. So $749 right now. If it sells, great. If not, I'll bring it down to like 200 and try and get rid of it that way.
Right.
You know, but that's something where I usually do my best when I take guesses at things.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when I don't know something, normally I do very well because I'm not really willing to pay a lot for it because I don't know anything about it.
Right.
The items that like I buy in bulk, like I still have, I don't know if you remember this buy, but I still have all these magnets. Like these used to be.
I don't remember that one.
But I bought a whole box full of magnets for $50. Okay. Now I've sold probably $400 worth of them already, but I still have maybe 10 bags like this laying around.
Okay.
So every time they sell, that's great. The only reason they're in here is because we're redoing the kitchen.
Right.
So I had to take them off the refrigerator because these are like old porcelain stuff. I don't want to break them. But yeah, those are my best buys. Stuff I don't know anything about. It's like the highest profit I get. It's great. Love it.
Beth says it looks like a clarinet. Oboe has a smaller bell. Okay. So maybe it is clarinet. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, it's old. I know because he died in 1952, I think it was.
Okay.
And the ones I saw were like early 1900s. So obviously people collect this stuff.
Right.
And I want to be the avenue to give it to you.
Okay. Now, how did you, again, you know, we talked pre-show and whatever, and I call Florida God's waiting room. How and why did you decide to get involved in estate sales? Is it because they were so plentiful in your area? Why did you get involved sourcing at estate sales?
Okay. So just probably like everybody, when you first start, you know, you see a lot of clothing videos and stuff like that. You think clothing's the way to go.
Women's jeans.
And then you gotta be quick enough, right?
God almighty.
So as I watched videos and learned a few things and, you know, got better at going to garage sales and, you know, looking at things, be like, all right, I'm just going to move on, or, you know, maybe this is worth.
Expand your horizon, so to speak.
Yeah. So then once I started going, I went to my first estate sale. I don't think I bought anything the first time. You know, I kind of just walked through. And
get a feel for it, sure. And
then now they're unavoidable for me because they call me now. You know, I just got the phone before the show at 1 for this weekend. And they're going to let me in early so I can get my pick of things. Because around here, there's very few people going to go into an estate sale and spend $500, $600, $700. There's very few. You know, people just going in for knickknacks and little tiny things.
You don't run into a lot of reseller competition down your area?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really, because I ran into a reseller probably 3 weeks ago at an estate sale, and she was sifting through all the books. And I was talking to her about it and everything. I said, "You're gonna sell them on Amazon?" She's like, "Yeah, that's what I do." So I picked up one book. I don't have it here with me. It's at the storage locker. And I look at it, I'm like, wow, this is really interesting. It's all in German. You know what I'm saying? I know nothing about books.
Right.
But I know I can get this for like next to nothing. So I put it aside. I said, I'm going to take this one. She goes, yeah, I already looked at that one. So I was like, okay, no problem.
She already looked like they waved it away.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there going through a few more, and I run into this book that has the German Olympics from, what was it, 42, I think? 37?
That definitely should be valuable.
Yeah, so there's two of them.
Is that the Jesse Owens Olympics?
Jesse Owens, yeah. It's 42 or 30. I forget the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, or 38. Anyway, so I wind up just turning around, and it happened to be Martha. And if you watch my videos, you know who Martha is. But if you don't watch my videos, she's the one that calls me Michael, like that. She goes, Michael. So anyway, I said, I'll just take the whole shelf. How much you want for it? She turned to me and goes, give me $50. I'm like, that's fine. So I got like, I don't know, $200. And like a few of them sold in like 2 days and got all my money back. And now I'm just sitting on books. I have some books on Amazon priced for like $400. They're ridiculous. James Joyce. I have a few of those. So matter of fact, here, I have them right here. This one here, I think this one right here. I think this is like a $300 book on Amazon.
Wow.
So
that's crazy. People say there's no money. Well, they say there's no money in books. There's not a lot of money in books, but yeah.
Right. And then
Maggie Doodle that watches my show, is a good friend of the channel, myself. She does a lot with books. Does very well with books.
And then like stuff I didn't show in the video, like I think I may have shown, I forget. But like at this same estate sale where I spent $850, I got all these comic books.
Yes. Yeah, I remember seeing those in the video, yep.
And then like I have this one sold today. Let me find it. Yeah. This one sold today for $35. Macho Man.
Okay.
You know wrestling?
Yeah. Ready, Macho Man.
It's signed, but I
didn't watch a lot of wrestling, but he was in my prime time when I was watching wrestling. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Savage. Yep.
Yeah. Roddy Piper, all those good guys.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, that was my.
It's signed, but I don't.
10 years that I watched wrestling.
I don't have any proof that it's signed by him, so I kind of just put it up as random.
Well, you're near Hulk. You should get a bunch of Hulk Hogan stuff down by you, right?
Do that. But like this one, I got that estate sale. This is Mike Piazza's signature.
Oh, nice.
On this one, but I have the certs for these.
Port St. Lucie, I think, are the Mets, right?
Yeah. So I have the certs for all these. So this one,
the cert too. Okay.
I don't mind putting up a sign, but the Macho Man, I don't have any certs, so I can't do anything with it except sell it as a picture.
Right.
Because I don't want to get caught on that one. The guy who he asked me about it. I said, look, I'm not saying yes or no. What I'm saying to you is I'm not listing it as its autograph. You are buying the picture.
Absolutely.
I don't play games like that because that can get you in trouble. Lots of trouble.
Right.
So
okay, I want to get a little bit like the nuts and the bolts of it. We talked pre-show a little bit about how you typically find your estate sales, and normally you say you find them through estatesales.net, correct?
Right. The app.
You say you don't mess at all with Craigslist or any of these other sites or things?
No, because like I know there's 5 companies here that work. Okay, this area. Okay, now if I go to
the majority of the business run estate sales are 5 different companies.
Yeah. So if I have to go to the villages, then on any given weekend, there's probably 20 to 30 estate sales just in the villages. If I want to travel down south to Tampa, you're probably looking at another 20 or 30.
Yeah, Death Pile Destroyers that's in the chat is in Tampa area.
Yeah, sometimes I can go. If you go to Orlando, you can't even see Orlando. There's so many estate sales on.
Really?
The yeah, I mean it's just.
I guess older people like Disney. Why is that? Why?
Yeah, I mean, here like because we were going to pull up the.
Yeah, we're going to pull up estatesales.net.
Here, this is much better. Like this here is my map for the weekend. Okay, and this is not even a really jam-packed weekend. This is like
Right.
a light weekend.
Okay.
Normally, like over in the Orlando area, which is on that side,
Right.
you can't even see Orlando most of the time. So, like I said, if I want to travel around, now a few of my people here won't list on here till Friday.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, what is the idea behind that?
there's a couple of reasons for it. One of them's me, and then
They want to give you early access?
yeah, because they don't like to take pictures and post them, and I come in and buy it, and now they don't have it when people walk in first thing in the morning.
Okay.
That's a problem for them. You know, they don't want to advertise something. Like there was just a estate sale in Lakeland last weekend. Okay, now Lakeland's quite a journey for me. It's an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours. So I told one of the guys I talk to on a daily basis, because he lives in Lakeland. I said, look, there's Mary Kay there. There's Lionel Trains. I mean, all vintage Mary
It's
Kay.
all stuff sellable. Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's
I even know that. I don't really do estate sales. I mean, I will be, but especially now that things hopefully getting a little bit better when I got my 2 vaccines, so I'm feeling somewhat safer.
Yeah, so you got the Lionel Trains, and there was boxes and boxes of this stuff. So I told him, I said, I know you don't like this stuff, but you got to get over and buy it, because if you don't want to go, I'm going to take the 2 hour.
You're going to have to make a special trip down there to get it right.
I can't pass that up because there's a ton of money in that Mary Kay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he called me and said, you're not going to believe this, but all of those Lionel Trains were just boxes. There were no trains.
Wow.
See, that's horrible for an estate.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Do that. If you're going to do that, at least
that's kind of like false advertising. You're right. Bring, like you said, we talked about clickbait about YouTube videos. That's clickbait to get people to the sale, and they don't have the trains.
Now, on the flip side, the Mary Kay wound up to be, he said he has about 2,500 pieces of it now for $200. That's a lot of pieces for $200. And he'll be selling through that pretty quick.
Jules had a question about what time you get there in the morning. But again, you have relationships with all these sellers, so
yeah,
you get there an hour or two before. Or you just get. I know you tell me sometimes you get there an hour after they started. You told me.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But again, you're different. So I mean, for a newbie, for somebody like myself or people in the chat, what would you recommend?
I look at it for, if you're not familiar with the company, you want to be there first thing in the morning. As long as you know in the pictures, it's worthwhile.
First thing in the morning is, let's just say it's the estate sale starts at 10 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get there like 9:45. I mean, I'm not overly concerned about people. Here's the thing, is I would say, and this is just my area, so I can't talk about other areas.
Right, I know it's different.
I would say that for me, there's probably 1 or 2 people that are competition to me in my whole area that I know of.
That's unusual, yeah.
I mean, I walked into this one Saturday. Well, I went Friday, and I went back Saturday because I didn't even notice it, but the DVD VCR recorder that I got was sitting underneath the old cable box. I just thought it was a VCR. So I said, I'll take that too, just add it to my bundle, and we'll figure out a price. So that already sold. That was $200 out the door.
How much did you have into that?
Like, out of that buy, if you say I don't break buys down to,
yeah, that's right. I forget you said that. I think differently than you do, but that's right.
It's too much. It's too much to think about. I look at it, my entire buy, and I say to myself, I spent $850. Okay, now I spent $850. I'm at like close to $1,000 back already.
Right. So
everything I sell from here on out is profit. I still have like all this memorabilia, like this here. Okay. Now you're gonna laugh, right? Because I found it hard to freaking believe myself. But like this towel that I got, right? Hooray for the Mets.
Right.
The peanuts on it.
Right.
You know, I mean, nothing. This is a $40 towel.
I would have thought 20-25, but I believe 40 works.
And then,
because I mean, how many other on the marketplace? There's probably maybe one or none on eBay, right?
I bought the whole closet of all the jackets and
right.
jerseys and everything like that. The Pierre Turgeon sold in like 5 minutes. Okay. Oh. I listed the Mighty Ducks shirt the other night. I couldn't believe the comps on it. It sells for 100+ every single day.
That was the sewn on letters and everything.
it's the big Mighty Duck shirt that has all the pictures of, it's not the actual team uniform, I don't
Oh, it's
think.
not the team uniform? Okay.
No, I think it's more from the movie type.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'd have to pull it up. Let me see.
While you're doing that, Beth had a question. Beth, are you talking about will you resell the small small appliances? You're talking about appliances in general. Beth's other question: do you see a lot of appliances in estate sales?
Oh yeah, there's appliances all the time. I'm see again. Nobody knows everything.
True.
I just started selling printers. I used to walk by printers all day.
Personally, if I didn't see a commercial printer, I would walk by it 99 times out of 100.
Yeah. So like at this last estate sale, she had, what do you call it? 2 printers. One is a Dell, brand new in box. Okay. Never been used. I just sold that today for $179. And then I also got a Canon out of that deal. So again, when you ask me like break down my prices, you gotta remember I got 40 snow globes from Disney sitting out on my counter outside.
Right.
Okay. I got probably 30 to 40 jackets, jerseys, and t-shirts. What else did we get? I got the perfume.
So you might have gotten over 100 items.
Oh,
you spent a little over $800. So
yeah, easily. I mean, if you ask me cost per goods for that estate sale, probably $5.
Right.
Somewhere around there. When all said and done with the amount of stuff I got.
Right.
The thing is, it's like even like the vintage jet stuff, the jackets and all that, they all go for like $100.
Right.
You can't find it anymore. It's very hard to find. That's what's important, is buying stuff that's hard to find to flip it quickly.
Well, that was one of the other questions I had for you too. I mean, for newer sellers that are coming into estate sales, what are the things that you find like on a regular basis that we might not be aware of? That, I mean, again, you have many years of knowledge and you've been selling this stuff, but things that we might want to look at.
Well, I don't want to scare people because I don't have many years of knowledge. I try and stick with stuff I really know well, like golf.
Right.
One of my main things, because I know golf very well. I know what to look for, what to buy.
Right.
But when you go on estate sales, my big thing is what I always say to people on my videos is, don't buy just because it's a huge discount. Because obviously, if they can't push it out the door, you're going to have trouble pushing it out the door. Unless you know it's like a gem. So like, I love like getting like Kirby vacuums, because I usually get them for like $5 or $10.
You get a Kirby vacuum for $5 or $10?
Yeah, usually I'm paying $5 or $10. I'm selling for $200 all day long.
Easy, all day, every day. Yeah.
My 19-inch or smaller TVs, I usually get them for free. Okay, and they'll sell for anywhere from like, depending on the size, anywhere from $99. I've sold them as high as $300.
You sold 19-inch TVs for $300? Really?
Yeah.
I would never thought that.
Yeah, neither would I. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to know that stuff until you actually try it.
Yeah.
But don't forget, that is tough to ship. You need a big Home Depot box. It's heavy. It's going to weigh 60, 70 pounds. It's not something that you want to take lightly. You want to know how to ship that stuff. I have videos out on it. I've never lost a TV in shipment. Okay. We foam it around all sides, and I bury it in what do they call pillows, the air pillows.
Right.
Bury it in that. I give it a couple wraps of bubble wrap, throw it in that box, and boom, out. And like I said, I've probably sold, I don't know, 50 or 60 stupid things.
Wow.
I just, and I can't keep them. If I get them, they usually sell, within a decent amount of time. It's crazy. But don't go over 19 inches, because then you'll hate me. Because it doesn't fit the box anymore.
Shipping will be insane, right?
Yeah, and shipping's gotten crazy.
Well, you said, that's true. We talked about shipping just gotten really super pricey.
Yeah, it's gotten absolutely crazy. But I'm trying to narrow it down. I'm working with UPS right now and FedEx, trying to get my rates.
Well, apparently, I mean, Randy, that's in the chat. I mean, Randy does, Randy has a wholesale business as well as, reselling business, and he does a lot of volume. So, and he tells me all the time, if you do any kind of volume, you can negotiate rates with the, USPS, UPS, FedEx, etc. But again, that's based on volume.
Yeah, exactly. The vintage gamers want those older TVs because, especially like the ones, the ones where you had the gun and you had to shoot the duck or whatever it was running across the screen.
Right.
They only work on the older TVs. The newer TVs can't. It doesn't have that refraction back to you, so it doesn't know you're doing anything.
True. True.
You know.
I actually thought about that when you mentioned about those TVs. I thought about that myself. I should probably buy one, so like if I get some kind of game console, I can test it somehow.
It will work on the new TVs. It just doesn't work fully, and the dot matrix looking of it is kind of weird on the newer TVs. You know what I'm saying? So the
But
older
you can test it.
Work better with the older systems.
Right.
You know, everybody knows to buy video game systems whenever you see them, as long as they're priced right. But there's a couple like Atari 2600, really not that great anymore.
I have a Wii and I've been sitting on one for probably about a year now. And I got a list. I know nothing about it.
Yeah, so like the Wii's, I mean, if you
I think that was a mistake. I tried to do somebody a favor and bought it, and I was like,
There's a guy right here in Bellevue, or Bushnell. I forget. It's either Bellevue or Bushnell, one of those two. He runs a retro shop. Okay, so anytime you list a Wii on eBay,
right,
he automatically he has some kind of thing going on where it's looking for a listing.
Some kind of search engine, Google or whatever. Yeah,
automatically hits you with an offer.
With an offer, okay.
Yeah, I mean almost immediately. Okay, and I think right now he's paying. I want to say the last time was $59 for the console only.
I think I paid more than that.
I think that's what he's. That's
his offer. Yeah, I mean, I got I thought back, and this is pre-COVID and everything. And that has like the thing where you can stand on it and do the different things, or the exercise or jazzercise, wherever you do one of the different games.
Yeah, the board. Yeah,
the board. Yes.
Well, yeah,
and that's heavy to ship.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna ship that. I'm gonna probably do that on Facebook Marketplace locally.
Yeah, you got to be careful with certain things. I mean, even I've been getting outpriced on some things shipping, and I'm like,
right,
because I used to have a real good grasp of it prior to the new year. Like I knew I could probably get within a few bucks of how much it was going to cost me. I went to ship something, I think it was about a month ago, some speakers, and I was thinking in my head I was going to be around $110 to $120. My bill was $200 and something dollars. I mean, I was like double. And what I had to do was actually split the item up and ship it twice.
Right.
Which brought my price
cheaper
back
when you ship more packages, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it wound up being cheaper that way. So
that's a pro tip right there too.
Yeah, you got to be super careful. And when you get into real heavy stuff, that's when you really got to know your shipping. If you don't know your shipping, you're probably going to you're going to probably lose on the deal.
I wanted to touch on a few more, just like, again, newbie kind of tips and all. You had talked that you built relationships with the sellers. Are there any like tips or tricks that when you go, obviously be friendly. I mean, like I said, don't insult them when they're pricing.
Right.
What other kind of things can you recommend if I'm going to do, and I see like an estate salesperson, a particular company on a regular basis in my area? How can I build a relationship with them and try to get that little advantage if they let me bundle things up or give me the mic price, or how do I work on that?
Yeah, it takes time. I mean, you don't just walk in and become best friends,
Right.
I would say that you want to prove to them first that you're a buyer.
Okay.
It's about buying, so that they know when you walk in the door, stuff's going to get sold.
Right.
Okay. Because a lot of times people aren't going to these estate sales for old VCRs. They're not going there for old movie projectors. Some are, but I'm just saying in general, for the most part, people aren't looking for this. These saxophones, for example. Nobody's looking to buy that stuff. So for me to step in and say how much for me to take it out the door is not insulting to them. It's a relief, because Adam, if you see in the beginning of my video, when I walk up to the house, there's a dumpster to my right.
Yeah, that's where you got all your Beanie Babies and stuff.
Yeah,
and you did very well with that.
Here, they were all in a dumpster.
Yep.
Right.
You said there was VHS tapes and things in there as well, right?
I think they're
not the VHS tapes are big sellers, but still, it's free.
And then television games sealed in the package were in the dumpster.
Right.
Hundreds and hundreds of VHS tapes were in the dumpster.
Right.
And I'm like, if I would have known this yesterday, you would have thrown all this stuff in the dumpster. I would have told you, I would have took it from you, because use VHS tapes that are recorded on, not pre-recorded, but you record on them.
Right.
Okay. You can sell those for $1 a piece.
So you just bundle them up.
So what I do is when I get a big bundle, I'll make a lot of 25 of them.
Okay.
Okay, which fit into, don't quote me on this because it's been a while since I've done it. I think it's a 14 by 10 by 8 box perfectly. Okay, it costs about $14 to ship out because you can go media. Okay, it's a recorded device, right?
Okay.
And you sell it for $25 all day long. I mean, I had
now what would you charge again? Because you got to pay the shipping, plus you got to pay the final value fees.
You're at 25 plus $14 shipping, so they're in $39 when all said.
Right, but I'm saying are you paying 14 to ship?
That's what it costs, yeah.
Okay, well then you're going to pay at least another $1.50 in fees on that.
Yeah. So you're
okay. So you're at $16, $17 your cost for shipping. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you're looking at you're clearing about 20 bucks, something like that.
Okay. Because you might be paying 10 cents a cassette or whatever.
And then I just line them up and I just throw them in a box when I'm done. So I know the lots that I have and just write the lot number on the box and wait for it to sell. It's really easy.
Randy's saying, what's it? The 9x9x9 is a great size to ship cubic rate.
Yeah, the cubic rate always helps. Box in the bag is helpful, which is cubic rate anyway.
Yeah, you do well with Pirate Ship. I really have to get an expert on about Pirate Ship because I think me included, I think a lot of people I mean, I use Pirate Ship, but I don't really do the cubic rate, which I have to learn the cubic rate.
Is the best way to go.
And then the export rate, the simple export rate. I mean, if you're just going to ship to Canada or something, you save a lot of money.
Yeah, I think my package that went out tonight, what was it, $10.49 to go to Canada?
You're fulfilled by merchant for your Amazon Canada.
Yeah, so that there. And now, throwing Walmart in the mix, and now Walmart's going to do Canada.
Walmart's going to do Canada as well?
So that's going to open up here soon. So I'm not shy about jumping in. Like I was doing Amazon Mexico and Amazon Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You're the first person that I ever met that was doing that. Okay, that's interesting.
Because the language barrier is too great for me.
Right.
And how
did you handle when you have like questions like on Amazon or something? How do you handle questions? You just type it in Google Translate, Japanese to English?
Exactly. Either that or you got to hire somebody to do it for you. How do I do Canada?
Randy wants to know how you do in Canada. Well, I guess with Amazon CA.
How do you do in Canada?
How do you do in Canada? How are your sales? I guess is what his question is.
Sales are great. I mean, it's something where
Randy knows his stuff, man.
It's like anything else. Okay, if you have the right product and you price it right, it's going to sell. Okay, so when I first started in Canada,
what kind of stuff are you selling in Canada?
What's that?
New things, used things. What do you sell in Canada?
Amazon's mostly new. I mean, I do sell a few used stuff there, but my majority is new.
Most is new. Okay.
I'll give this one out because it's already known, so it's no big deal. Okay. I sold a Baby Yoda Bop It today to Canada. Okay. Now it sells in Canada for 40. What was it? 43 something, and $13 shipping. Cost me. What do I pay for those? 9, 12. Something like that.
That's good. That's good price.
Making about $20 per item. So it's just it's something where I look at myself and say, I'm already here. Why not be here? I'm already doing this. Why not do that part of it? It's like eBay and Bonanza. If you're on eBay,
because it cross posted, right? I should do that. That's foolish on my part. Yeah, you guys didn't know. I mean, I'm sure 90% of you in the chat are experienced resellers, but if you list on eBay, it's very easy to cross post on Bonanza.
You don't have to do anything; it does it for you.
Well, yeah, you have to link them, right?
Yeah, you just link them. Otherwise, it takes your inventory out, does it back in.
And then if it sells, it pulls it off the platform too, right?
Yeah, and Bonanza's going out tonight. I got one going out tonight there, but Bonanza plays with your numbers a little bit, so be careful.
They play with your numbers.
Not necessarily the same price on eBay. I don't know why.
Okay.
But just be careful. It's not much, but sometimes it gets jumbled somehow.
Two quick things. I want to thank Mike for his time. Obviously, we'll get into that a little bit. But were there any questions in the chat? And I wanted Mike just to touch a little bit on Sellbrite. Mike's going to be doing a video on Sellbrite, and Mike has a lot of great content on his channel. Again, his link to his YouTube channel is in the description. So definitely check out Mike's channel. So he's going to be doing a video on Sellbrite, which is a cross-posting platform. Why don't you just touch on that a little bit?
Okay. So for me, okay, and again, this is not for everybody because this is very intense. It's a lot of work. It's something where you have to be on the ball all day long. Again, if I'm here, I want to be here. I want to be here. I want to be everywhere and selling the same item all over the place, right?
Right.
But we do, as resellers, sell a lot of one-offs. Okay, meaning we only have one in stock, right? So if I want to list on, and I'm strictly talking about Sellbrite, okay? If I want to list on Facebook, Google, Etsy, Walmart, Amazon, and eBay, okay? So that's 6 platforms right now, right? That you can sell on through Sellbrite. If I list an item through Sellbrite and spread it out to all 6 of those listings, I only have one of them, wherever it sells, it pulls all the rest of the listings.
That is very unusual. That's a big issue with these other platforms, these cross-posting platforms.
Now,
from again, I'm not an expert, guys, but just from hearing it in various chats and YouTube channels, that's a big issue, not pulling items off the other platforms.
It's every 15 minutes it goes out and looks. So you could possibly double sell, but it's lowering your chances greatly.
Right. Because it checks every 15 minutes?
Right. It looks out every 15 minutes
Gotcha.
and says, what do we have? What don't we have? What's sold? And it brings in that sale to your platform. Okay. Now, people are going to think I'm getting paid by GoDaddy because I did the big video on GoDaddy bookkeeping. Okay.
Right.
And I happen to be using GoDaddy e-commerce plus marketplaces, it's called. Okay. Which gives you a few things that just going to Sellbrite doesn't give you. Okay. One, you have a website, which I needed because you can't get on Walmart without having a website. They won't bring you on.
They won't allow you, right?
No.
You just can't have a store, an eBay store, or an Amazon store.
No, that
you have to have your own website.
Yeah, you have to have your own website. And it also incorporates Sellbrite at a very deep discount. So Sellbrite,
GoDaddy does.
Yeah. So Sellbrite is anywhere from I think it's right around the $60 range, depending on which account you apply for.
That doesn't do Facebook Marketplace, correct?
Doesn't do Marketplace, does Shop.
It does pretty much everything else, right?
Right. Does Facebook Shop, but not Marketplace.
Oh,
but
Shop it does.
I've spoken with them, and they're trying to get into that one.
Okay.
I've also spoken with GoDaddy because GoDaddy doesn't offer shipping, which is a problem, especially for me. Walmart doesn't offer shipping. So if you want to ship something, you have to go to an outside entity to ship things, okay? You can't just go to walmart.com and print out a shipping label. There's no such thing.
I do not use List Perfectly, and again, certain people recommend List Perfectly. And Sharon, please comment for Jules. My understanding is doesn't. I don't want to give bad information. Like Mike says, if he doesn't know, he doesn't know. He doesn't tell people he knows. I'm 99% certain it does not pull it off other platforms. Bill, you're in the chat too. I know you tried List Perfectly. Sharon, List Perfectly does not pull it off the other platforms. Is that correct? Sharon, you answer.
I think you have to go in and manually pull it.
You have to manually do it, right? I'm 99% certain, but I don't want to get bad information. I try not to ever give bad information.
Yeah,
is that correct, Sharon? It does not pull it off those platforms, correct?
I don't know. I don't think it does.
I'm 99% sure, but I don't want to give out bad information.
No.
So there were no other questions then for Mike as far as estate sales guys. I mean, so we don't always have the pleasure of having Mike. Mike's extremely busy. Like I said, he works basically 2 full-time jobs. He works a full-time job, plus he works full-time reselling. Plus he's got a personal life too. So
Adam, I want to say that this is not right for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Right for a lot of people is just eBay alone or eBay and one other platform.
Right.
Trying to spread your wings so thin and wide and trying to be on every platform can be dangerous. That's why when I started this, I said I'm going to protect my eBay, Amazon, and Walmart accounts. Those are the 3 I worry about the most. This is where I make the most money.
You did say that, right?
And they're ones I will not put at risk.
Right.
Okay. So if I sell something on Let's say I sell something on Bonanza and Amazon. Well, guess what? That person on Bonanza is not getting their item. Okay, the person.
Oh yeah. Obviously, it's going to suffer a lot higher price on Amazon.
Back to life. Okay, and that's the way I look at it.
And that's the other thing too. You're going to get penalized. You're going to really get penalized if you don't have the item for Amazon.
Yeah, and then I want to help.
Well, they probably don't even give you 3 strikes, right?
Yeah, you don't want to. Well, so I heard that Facebook Marketplace is starting to hit people with strikes now.
I hear that too. Yeah.
So again, this is not a game for everybody, and I don't recommend it unless you really, really, really have your S in order. Let's put it. Okay, I don't want to curse on your show.
Right. Beth wants to know if you use a whiteboard on your videos.
On the whiteboard, yes, on my videos, some of them. Okay, so I'm gonna screen share. Now I can't show everybody everything, okay, because a lot of it has my account information.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
So I want to be careful what I show and what I don't show. I will tell people that you see a lot of videos about Walmart. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's 2 big factors to go into Walmart, okay? Big ones, and these are huge, okay? You know how we have handling time?
Yes.
Okay, and we say, to eBay, I want to be, next day handling or 2-day handling or same day handling.
Right.
Same thing with Amazon, right? You got to tell them how long you're going to handle the product for before you ship it, right? So as far as I know, to my knowledge at least, eBay doesn't track how long it takes us after we ship it to get it to the person, except for that you're using the right shipping formula, meaning if you're offering priority, you send it priority. Correct?
Right. Well, there was issues with the postal service with everything arriving late, and they were dinging the sellers, and they were refunding the buyers, and the sellers got left, holding the bag, so to speak.
Okay, so here's the problem. Walmart takes that into account and dings you if it's late. Okay, so you got to be real strict on what you're doing there. I was within 4 days what they call a pro seller, meaning I could beat anybody out of the buy box. And even if they had a lower price, I could beat them out of the buy box. Even if it was like a $3 separation, I would win the buy box.
Right.
I had to get rid of that because I couldn't keep up the shipping. You know what I'm saying? The shipping got too high and expensive.
With the price increase in shipping, yeah.
You can't sell first class items being a pro seller. You're not going to make the commitment time. Because you got to be a pro seller, it's 3-day shipping.
3-day shipping.
Okay. So that's one.
Not 3-day handling, 3-day shipping.
3-day shipping. Okay. That's one. Right. Number 2, guess who's customer service? You are. I get phone calls from Walmart customers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I had to actually go out and add a separate number to my cell phone. Well, I can't show you on my phone, but I had to get a separate number to put on Walmart so that when it rang, I knew to answer Flippin' Goodies instead of, hey, this is Mike, what's up?
Right.
That doesn't work so well, So those are 2 big changes and things that, to be quite honest with you, a lot of people I spoke to already quit. We're in Walmart and quit, or can't even get on Walmart. They don't.
Because they're unhappy with the process of the way they do things.
Yeah, they're very strict on getting you in. And then once you're in, their interface is horrible. I mean, you can never tell,
really okay.
You can never tell.
Well, then eBay hired one of their top executives to run eBay, so it's like
your inventory. You think you have 3, it says 0, but then you look on the website and you're the seller. So it's you got to really keep track of that. That's a tough one. I don't recommend that until you've done Amazon for a long time, and at least get adjusted to their rules, because Walmart's even worse, in my opinion, as far as the rules are concerned and how strict they are on certain things. Now, on the flip side, nobody ever talks about this in their videos. So I don't mind letting people know certain things because it doesn't really affect me personally. On Walmart, you could sell almost anything that's new. Okay, it has to be new. Okay, you could sell almost anything as long as it's not their brand. And there are a few products that I run into that you can't sell.
You say it's not their brand. I thought it was you or somebody was telling me you can buy things at Walmart and sell them on their website. Right?
But like Walmart,
you mean like a store brand, like a brand.
Yeah, Walmart brand, meaning
right. But I mean, you could sell.
Brand. You can't
Callaway products that you bought at Walmart. You can
Oh, yeah.
sell it on the Walmart's website.
Exactly. So like Amazon's gotten real tough with like the Child Protective Act and trying to sell toys or pools, anything that people have been selling for a long time. It's gotten harder and harder for Amazon sellers to keep moving forward, because as an Amazon seller, if you're not buying directly from the source, you can't get that information.
Gotcha.
You know, you cannot provide that to Amazon and say, here, I have the paperwork you're asking me for, even though it's ridiculous. Here it is. You know, so those there are where you run into problems. Walmart, again, if you're not ahead of the game, you'll be off the.
Yeah, again, you should really learn, eBay and, Macquarie, if you want to do Poshmark before you even get involved in Amazon or get involved, like I said, in Walmart, because you really got to get your experience, get your legs underneath you before you hop into these more restrictive and more penalizing platforms. I mean, they don't mess around.
Well, shit, Google's a pain in the neck. Google Shopping.
Yes.
They're a pain in the neck. But that's neither here nor there, because the biggest thing for a reseller is obstacles. And a lot of times a reseller wants to take the way around it instead of jump over it. So if you're willing to put in the time and invest in your business and move your business forward, this is doable for anybody. There's nobody out here that's super special that's doing well compared to somebody that's not doing so well, except probably the hustle that's involved, and the painstaking, getting to suppliers directly, like Hasbro or whoever it is, right?
The people that I know that are doing very well are extremely hardworking, intelligent, and don't take no for an answer. And they said they find their suppliers. They put the time in. They're always learning. They're always trying new things.
It's vital to me. I love like buying the saxophones taught me a lesson. Yeah. Next time I see them, probably don't buy them. No, I'm just saying.
Don't buy them.
I just, what I'm saying? I mean, it's something where now I know they have value. I might actually invest in them again if I see them. But you never know. It's like when I rented the TVs, nobody was talking about picking up free TVs.
Yeah, I like Jim and Tara said that people, like you said, that people want to test video games or play video games on. I didn't think of
and people
will buy a 19-inch TV that's 20-some years old, but apparently there's a market for it,
and it's great. Especially you get the ones with the VCR in them. They're $175.
VCR, well, you know how to fix a lot of that stuff. You fix a lot of your own electronics.
Yeah, I mean that, but that's a whole different ballgame.
Well, that's another story. I mean, the 99% of us aren't doing that. So
that goes back to me, like reselling 101, almost like, okay, so if I'm buying an item, okay, let's say this remote control, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, if I bring this home and it doesn't work, can I part it out and get my money back? See, that's where you need to know the business of what you're buying.
True.
So if I'm going to pay $1,
if you buy it right too, I mean, you can always sell for parts of it right.
Yeah,
expensive.
Exactly. So if I'm going to pay $1 for this, if it's broken, can I sell it for $2? I'm just giving you an example. It's like the stereo.
Randy, what was that brand? I'm going to brain freeze. Time Warner remotes. You can't. They're Veros now. My friends Sharon and Randy hooked me up with some remotes, and I'm getting in the process of listing those. And I said, "Can't sell Time Warner out. Throw in the trash." I did. I didn't have a lot, but apparently that's a Vero item. Time Warner remotes.
Hold on, I hit something on my TV. Stupid remote. Oh, there we go. I think I'm good.
Okay. Real quickly, you said you wanted to share something on your screen? Or, I forget.
Okay, no, I want to show something first. If there's anybody,
okay, cool. Sure, absolutely.
Knows anything about, I don't know, China? What do you call this stuff? The glassware? What do you want to call it?
Sharon, Beth, maybe you can help, or anyone else in the chat can help. Mike,
I got this at the estate sale Sunday or Saturday.
And if you can put that closer up to the webcam, maybe in the maker's mark, I'll show.
Yeah, I'll show that in a second. So it's a bowl, right? It's in pretty good condition, and let's see. Yeah, you can see I don't do lives often.
Right.
So there's the name, Real.
Beth says that's Amelia's too. One day Amelia's not here, so.
Colorama Super Refrigerator, 93 of 300. So Is it
Glenn
worth
thinks it's
or do I
Corningware.
throw it out?
Wouldn't it have a mark if it was Corning? I don't know that stuff. Would Corningware say Corningware on it?
No. This is.
Glenn said it's Corningware.
This is from.
About question him. I don't know. He said it's Corningware.
Made in Brazil. This is made in Brazil.
Made in Brazil. Okay. Real California, is that the brand, Michelle? Michelle says Real California is the brand.
It says Real.
Real California is the brand, Michelle's saying.
Brazil. Calorama.
Okay, I guess. I mean, everyone's guessing. I don't think anyone knows for a fact in the chat.
That's fine.
Okay, and you want to show us something quickly on the screen share?
Okay, hold on. Let me.
Oh, you were guessing, Glenn. Okay.
Let me get cleaned up here. Okay, I think I'm at the right pages. Okay. All right. So, again, this is through GoDaddy.
Right.
Okay. It costs me $55 a month to run the site and Sellbrite. Okay. So let me click on the right thing here. Okay. And I'm going entire screen. There you go, Adam. Okay, so this is Adam. Just help me out. Make sure I'm on the right thing.
I got you. You're good. You got a looks like games and some kind of electronic device. Something with Santa Claus towards the bottom.
Okay, so this is flippingoodies.com. Okay, this is where I have all my items, right? So,
yes.
This is GoDaddy. Okay, and then if I come over here,
okay, now I see your logo, Flippin' Goodies. Yep.
Okay, so now this is inside of GoDaddy, right? And this is my marketplaces. These are all my listings on all the marketplaces I list on that Sellbrite controls. Okay.
Yes.
So obviously it's not going to show all of my channels because Sellbrite only controls a certain amount of them. So like if I scroll down here, if you look to the right over here, okay, so like on this one here,
why don't you read off some? They do what? eBay, Walmart, Amazon.
Yeah, it's eBay, Walmart, Amazon, Etsy, Google Shopping, Facebook Shops. That's it. Is that right?
Okay.
I think that's it.
They do Facebook Shops, but not Facebook Marketplace. We mentioned earlier.
Not Facebook Marketplace. So on these listings, you can see here, this is my quantity. Okay. Can you see where I'm at here? Where I'm pointing? Adam?
No.
You don't see that there?
I don't know where you're pointing. Move your mouse so I can see it better now.
You don't see it?
I don't see it. Maybe the chat does. I don't see it. Told you I need new glasses, Mike.
All right. Well, I'm on the Baby Yoda child
okay.
plush pillow, right?
Oh, now I see it.
Okay. So I got 3 in inventory. Okay. They're on, and they're actually on Walmart also. I just happen to know that off the top of my head. So if I sell one on eBay, okay, and it's the middle of the night, it's going to lower this quantity to 2 automatically, and then go back out and push this back down to 2, Google down to 2, and Walmart down to 2. That's how many I will have left.
Okay. So
all my channels are covered on every sale that's made.
Gotcha.
So, but it's a 15-minute increment again. So it's every 15 minutes it goes out and
right.
They call
searches every 15 minutes to see if anything needs to be pulled down.
Right. They call webhook, right? Because they go out and get the information for you. So now if I wanted to go and we'll go to my products here. Okay. Now this is the products you see on my website.
Right.
Okay? But over here it says +2. So like this one's on Google and Facebook, right?
Right.
So, okay, so here's the clarinet I sold, right? That was the one that was in the case. And you can see I got 0 inventory now, right here. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So that was listed on 3 different places, eBay, Facebook, and Google. So now, once I'm in and I'm all set up, right? I can bring my listings in from eBay. I can bring them in from Amazon. I can bring them in from Walmart. If I didn't have Facebook set up or Google, so that was just an export, right? So I'm here in my world. Now, this is my world, okay? Meaning everything I do from here on out, from this day forward, is going to get listed here, okay? So if I go to add, okay, now I can put in, just like you do a regular listing any place, right?
Right.
So you can add images, right? You can add up to 12. The product name, just be careful of the length because, eBay only allows certain, 80 characters or something like that.
Right.
The price, okay? Now, if you do decide to use GoDaddy, and I'm not an expert at this, okay, just like I wasn't an expert at the bookkeeping, and I still get questions about it. When you put your price in, you want to show it on your store, obviously, okay? Your tax category, don't worry about this because this is strictly for your store. When you're done, you're going to go into description, put your description in. Then inventory, always uncheck this. I don't know why this is default. I've argued with them about this and asked them if they can override this somehow, but they don't like I'm not powerful enough with GoDaddy to get that done. So always uncheck the allow back order, and then your quantity, whatever it is, right? And then let's say you had variations or you want to see, like, let me go back to the main page. On eBay, you would have like the description, right? And then you have your SKU. And underneath that, you're going to have condition, new,
Right.
use, whatever. They don't have that option here, okay? So like for GoDaddy, and again, this is a learning curve. It's going to be a learning curve for everybody.
Sure.
So when you come in here, you can create an option, and you can see like one of them is condition, right? So you create that option, and then you put down whatever you're going to put down, use, right? So you add that, okay? Now you can add a picture to that if you wanted to. So that now will show up on your listing inside of GoDaddy that it's a used item, not new, or you're not guessing at what it is. And I can go on for hours with this. But as soon as I create this product, I can then go into the product itself. Okay, let's say I create a new product, right? So these are all the snow globes I just got. As a matter of fact, you can see this one sold today. So they got 0 quantity.
Yes.
So that's from the estate sale this weekend. So that sold for $80, and I think I'm charging like $24 shipping because you got to put these things in huge boxes to protect them. So like if I go into this listing, here are my choices of where I can add them to. So I just click on here. It's going to take me into, and I don't want to do it because I'm out of inventory, but it's going to take me into something that people are going to be very familiar with. And it looks like eBay. It's not eBay, but it looks like it. And you just walk through your listing like you normally would. You got to make some changes because not everything's cohesive with each other.
Right.
Okay. But that's the way this works. So everything now gets listed on GoDaddy, and then I have the choice of where I want to push it out to.
Do you have to go in and tweak it on the various websites, or it's pretty much takes care of it for you?
What was that?
When it cross-posts to the other websites, you have to go in and tweak it a little bit in a different website?
Yeah, you do, because, okay, for example, this item here, we'll just take this snow globe, right?
I mean, like item specifics, and I mean, and different things. And
yeah, and then, so like on this one that sold, okay,
right.
People are probably looking at that and saying, well, that's $180 snow globe, right? Okay, but here's the problem. There's the problem. Can stay there. All right, it won't stay. Can you see that picture? See
yes.
the wire off the top?
Yes.
In there. But when you put it together, you can't even see it.
Oh, okay.
So the person can simply glue that back together. So like that's the picture before I take it apart, and
right.
that's the picture after I take it apart, right?
Okay.
So you really can't even see that crack or anything. I mean, it's like invisible.
Right.
But
you just disclose it.
Could I have glued it together and sold it? Probably.
Right.
Would I have gotten away with it? Maybe. But I wouldn't take that chance. I'd rather sell it at this cost and give the buyer a break knowing that it's broken there.
Right.
Just easy to get away with. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So anyway, so I could push this out to any one of these platforms. Now remember, this is a used snow globe. So Amazon's not going to come into play. Walmart's definitely not coming into play. Google's not in play. Because Google, from what I understand, the little research I've done, it's only new items that you can put up there.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that yet, though, because I'm still doing some research. But that's what I understand. So hopefully that helped some people get an idea of what is in store.
Okay, and you're going to do a video on that probably this week. And again, Mike's YouTube channel is listed in the description below.
I'm not going to do it. Hey, Clay, I haven't seen Clay in a long time. Look at Clay over there. I'm not going to do a video. I'm going to do a live because this way I can answer questions and help if I can.
Right. I can do a live stream, you said, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do it live. This way, anybody that's there, I may get 8 or 10 people to watch. That me walking you through all that and doing a few listings, I think will show people the entirety of it, how to push it out and how it sits there. For me, I did Shopify. It uses Sellbrite. You can use Sellbrite in Shopify if you want. Okay, it's an app there, and then the app that messed me up was a different app and made everything new on my store. So I was just in big trouble.
Right.
I had to take down every one of my listings. But see, the problem is when we're in this realm, there's no video to go watch on it.
True.
Even like Walmart, you can watch videos on Walmart, and they're going to tell you, oh yeah, Walmart's in the future. Get in now. But they don't tell you what's involved in getting in or what's behind the door once you do get in. Okay? I'm not going to be the person that does that video. I'm going to let somebody else do that video.
Right.
Okay? If you want to private message me and ask me, what I think, I'll help you out there, but I'm not going to put a video out on something like that.
I just want to touch on a couple of things. Sharon said, Mike, if you Google Colorama dishes, their comps on Etsy, and Michelle searched on WorthPoint, Real Brazil Colorama porcelain baking casserole dish with lid. She found one on WorthPoint flour panner for $15, but that was 2017. So you can, I guess, check your WorthPoint.
Okay. I'll take a look. I haven't really done much research. I had to list.
Well, that's the guys. Thank you so much. That's what this channel is about. I like people like Mike to come in here and share and educate us, make us more money, and I love it when the chat gets involved and helps everybody out. And again, that's what I'm trying to build in the Facebook group. I know I really haven't been spending a lot of time with the Facebook group building that, but that's my ultimate goal. Again, it's a free Facebook group. I just want to get you guys in there, exchanging information, helping each other. It's not there to advertise other YouTube videos, sell stuff. It's to help answer questions like Mike just had tonight.
Right. So Jules's question is, yes, you can sell used on Amazon. Right. When I said you can't sell on Walmart. You can't sell used on Walmart. If I said Amazon, I made a mistake. I meant Walmart.
Real quickly, guys, I've said this before. Your time is your most valuable asset. I'd like to thank Mike for his time and his generosity of giving of his time to help educate us. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat as well as those watching the replay for your time. And again, I mentioned this before. If you're feeling somewhat generous, I have Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal, Cash App, etc. in my description. So if you're getting some benefit out of this and you're willing to help me out, it'd be greatly appreciated. So,
Adam, give me 1 minute.
Yes, Mike.
Give me 1 minute. Okay. So Sharon, I don't know when I'm going to do this video because I'm still trying to work out a few bugs in what I feel I'm not comfortable in discussing on that. So once I figure out everything, it's probably going to be next week sometime. Maybe what we can do is I'll have Adam on my channel because this is 3 for me and 0 for him on mine. You
want me to kind of moderate and ask you questions to you from the chat?
When I'm in that section, I can't see the chat.
Right, I can see the chat for you. Yeah,
so I can't.
We can do that. Absolutely.
Sides of it.
I owe you, Mike. I can do that for you.
And the other thing I want to also say, and I say it in my videos a lot, I don't know everything. I don't know half of everything. Okay, and if you pick up tips, that's great. I don't ever say I'm teaching you anything because I'm not a professional at any of this stuff. I kind of wing it as I go, make up rules for myself that work for me. Okay, my goal this year is 500K as a part-time reseller. That's my goal.
It's impressive.
That's where I want to be this year. So I'm in line to do that. I was half of that last year, and that's where I want to be this year. Is double up every year. So the year after, I want to be $1 million seller. That's where I want to go. That's why I'm expanding to where I'm expanding to.
Yes.
And it gets difficult because I run the show by myself. My wife helps out occasionally, but for the most part, it's me running the whole 9 yards. I'll be up till 12:30, 1 o'clock tonight
And
packing.
what time you probably get up about 6 in the morning for your other job, right?
Yeah, and I gotta go to work in the morning, so that's always wonderful. Always wonderful. But I do have the weekends.
You're outsourcing on the weekend, making and listing stuff, and packing stuff, and cleaning stuff, and repairing electronics.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's something where, you know, you got to.
But you enjoy that. You enjoy the repairing the electronics and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And the other side of that coin is, like I said earlier, just because I'm here and maybe you're just beneath, doesn't mean you need to be here. I want to be here for a reason, and I want to be at the next level for a reason.
I mean, and everyone has different sourcing opportunities, different energies, different knowledge, different finances to buy things.
Exactly. So there's no.
Again, Randy's a perfect example. I mean, Randy has an extremely successful business. He does wholesale. You know, he does everything. And again, like he says, he goes, Adam, I watch these videos. It's like always to learn something new. It may apply to me. It may not apply to me. But you know what? And I always say, any day I learn something new is a good day. So
yeah, and to be quite honest with you, the big sellers don't have time for you.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, God, could you imagine? Because if you think about it, there's sellers out, there's YouTube people out here that say they have 100,000 items in the store. At a 1% sell-through rate, that's 1,000 items a day, or is that 10,000? That's 1,000, right?
Right.
Could you imagine packing 1,000 items in one day? Think about that.
I can't imagine. There are people that do it.
Just food for thought. That's all.
Guys, thanks again for your time. We shall see you next Wednesday. Again, Mike's video link is his channel link is in the description, and I'll be more than willing to help you, Mike, when you're ready to do that live stream. I'll come in and I'll monitor chat for you. Yeah, because it's probably gonna be one of my last videos, so that's gonna be I'm gonna leave GoDaddy, my 2 GoDaddy videos up. Okay. When I'm done. So sounds good. See you all guys next Wednesday. Take care.